What's going on, MMA fans? I'm back to do my WEC 37 review video. I'm going to go over the fights I did predictions on. So let's go ahead and get right down to this. First fight I'm going to go over is the Joseph Benavidez-Danny Martinez fight. Benavidez came out in this fight, looked really impressive, showed some good combinations, good push kicks, good leg kicks, good knees, had a couple good flying knees. Danny Martinez did as well. In the first round, Benavidez had a beautiful head and arm drag sweep that he used, kind of similar to what we saw with George St. Pierre against Matt Hughes at UFC 79. Was able to get into side control from that toss. Tried to go for head and arm triangle, of course didn't get it. Second and third rounds, he was able to use his sprawl effectively, use good combinations, good footwork, was able to, rush in, rush out, knew when, how to gauge the distance, tried not to get caught. Martinez didn't turn it on until the third round when it was too late, unfortunately, and Benavidez wins a unanimous decision. Okay, next fight, Brian Bowles taking on Will Ribeiro. Brian Bowles and Will Ribeiro in the first round come out, throw some good combinations. I think Bowles had the better of the combinations, had a beautiful uppercut that he threw. We saw Ribeiro in the first round try to shoot in. Bowles caught him in a guillotine choke, tried to roll him over. Ribeiro slips out. In the second round, we saw Bowles able to get Ribeiro down to the ground, try to work some ground and pound. Ribeiro did a pretty good job avoiding any damage. With about 20 seconds left in the second round, both of the guys got stood up. Ribeiro and Bowles trade again, and then, of course, Bowles takes Ribeiro down. But in the third round, we see Will Ribeiro come out, try to throw a spinning back fist. Tries to shoot in on Brian Bowles. Brian Bowles catches him in a guillotine choke, rolls him over, and makes Will Ribeiro tap. And Brian Bowles wins via a guillotine choke in the third round. Brian Bowles is going to probably get a title shot after this fight against the winner of Miguel Torres and Manny Tapia, which we'll go over later on in this video. He continues to impress. He continues to look really good, and I look forward to see more good things out of him. All right, next fight, a very technical ground fight. Vagny Fabiano taking on Akitoshi Tamura. Both guys in this fight just had really good ground battles, if you will. If you love technical ground fights, this was the fight for you. Both guys were able to, control position, move in and out. Fabiano, for the first and second round, had a tough time passing through Tamura's guard and trying to get to the mount and try to secure positions. Fabiano tried really hard in the first round to get in and out of Tamura's guard to try to throw some really good shots. In the second round, he almost had an arm bar attempt. The third round is really where Fabiano did the most damage. He threw an elbow that opened Tamura up on his forehead, threw some more shots to the head, popped out, got the mount, kind of got to the side control, and then worked for a head and arm triangle, and actually makes Tamura tap with about 10 seconds left to go in the third round, and Vagny Fabiano wins via a submission in the third round by head and arm choke. One guy that's looked very impressive in his last couple fights looked very impressive in this fight. This was a very technical fight, very entertaining, and I'm sure he'll continue to impress here in his next couple fights. All right, on to the main event. Miguel Torres taking on Manny Tapia for the Bantamweight 135-pound championship. Both guys came out in this fight. Miguel Torres had really good leg kicks, really good combinations, good jabs, definitely had the reach advantage in this fight. We saw Tapia land some good leg kicks. Tapia was able to land some really good shots to the body. There were some wild exchanges in the first and the second round. In the second round, where the most damage really kind of happened for Torres, Torres was able to land a stiff right. I wouldn't call it a jab. I think it was stiff right cross, or trying to think of either stiff right jab or cross that he caught Tapia with that dropped him. Tapia got back up, Torres hit him again with another stiff right, dropped Tappy again, followed him down to the mat, started throwing some shots, and the fight finally gets stopped, and Miguel Torres retains the Bantamweight Championship with a second-round TKO. It looks like Miguel Torres will be fighting Brian Bowles more than likely in his next fight. That'll be a very, very entertaining fight between both of those guys. Miguel Torres continues to show why he's one of the best fighters in the world, when he's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters even in the world. And he'll continue, I think, to impress. One fight I didn't mention, Johnny Hendricks did beat Justin Haskins via a second-round TKO. So leave me some comments, constructive, negative, positive. Let me know what you think. And on that note, you guys, have a great day.